for the first time in 3 years. The GDP fell at a rate of 0.3% as President Trump's massive and ever-changing tariffs rattle consumers and businesses.
Several days later.
Report for April hitting the wires, non-farm payrolls a greater 177,000. We're expecting, as Joe pointed out, 133,000. 177,000 would be the second best of the year outside of what's in the rearview mirror.
Producing was a positive job number. This is just it just proves that we have an economy that all the experts continue to underestimate. And I think they're looking through a prism of political hatred, for lack of a better term, rather than being logical about the greatest economy in the world. There are reasons countries want to come here. There's a reason people buy our treasuries. There's a reason a dollar is the world's reserve currency. And the notion that they can flip a switch and find a replacement for America is nuts. And yet that's been the Wall Street narrative all along.
That's right, because the media can't get out of its Trump derangement syndrome and just report the facts.
Right.
Look, no surprise that government jobs are down with a federal hiring freeze in place, and the fact that President Trump has made it clear he wants to see an economy driven by
Chinese
private
goods.
enterprise.
April manufacturing activity in China seeing its sharpest downturn in more than a year. And now the CCP is quietly exempting about a quarter of U.S. imports from tariffs, giving a little olive branch to the U.S. I spoke with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent about it all yesterday. He said China's economy is in big trouble if they do not negotiate with the U.S. Watch.
I think first there will need to be a de-escalation on these very large tariffs. 145 and 125 are not sustainable on the Chinese side. We saw some very poor GDP numbers out of them. Out of China yesterday. We're now seeing very large estimates of job growth loss from 5 to 10 million jobs. So the Chinese economy is slowing down substantially here. So we will likely revisit the purchase agreements that were put together in the first China trade agreement in January of 2020 to make sure that the Chinese are honoring those agreements. And then we are going to push for fair trade with China.
Joining me now is O'Leary Ventures Chairman Kevin O'Leary. Kevin, great to have you this morning. Thanks so much for being here. And I love the fact that you are a China hawk, as I am, because I've seen, all of the bad behavior. I don't think they're going to be floating a